All right, welcome back, everybody. Anybody that's new here, thanks for joining me today. Hopefully the thumbnail and title kind of goes together because I don't know what I'm chasing yet, but I do have a couple of ideas. And obviously you see boat's already in the water, lake's flat calm. It's gonna get real windy today, so I gotta get moving. So keep your fingers crossed. If you're seeing this, I caught some fish. All right, guys, so I'm actually, the water's completely clear today. And I'm not used to that on this body of water. Not that I'm an expert or anything, but I did see some, what I believe were crappie swimming across the tops of the weeds. So this lake could still have a crappie spawn going on, which would be awesome. Like I said, I don't know exactly what I'm chasing today. I think I'm just gonna try and catch a bunch of different fish for you guys. Trying to go through a couple different types of things. An eagle actually just grabbed a fish off the top of the water over there. It was awesome. Yeah, so let's catch some fish. Okay, if you guys have been around, you know me. I've actually been fishing with these most of this spring. I just bought a bunch of extra ones. This is a, God, I can't even remember now. It's like an X-Wrap. So it's like their smallest, Rapalla's smallest X-Wrap. I'll try to find them and link them in the description for you guys. These guys work really good for search baits. And that's what I'm going to use it for. This went over a huge school of perch. I didn't think they'd be shallow still. I don't know if you guys can see through the water, but there's a giant school of perch right there. I think there's a school of white bass below me too. Now I gotta see if I can catch one of them. Okay, I can't get him to commit to this thing, so I'm gonna change it up and see if maybe a different color or something does it. A bunch of different options for jerk baits. All else fails, I always have my live bait on me. Alright, last try with a jerk bait. Try my Matsus that normally work for everything. We'll see how they do. Fish. White bass? Yep, white bass. And today, the goal, if I can do it, is to keep a bunch of you guys since I failed so miserably last time. Okay, go figure. Matsu Minnow did it. Let's get some more of those guys now. There's another one. Coolest thing about these white bass is they school. Vicious little guys too. Okay, let's see how many we can get. I love it when they crush these jerk baits. It's part of my favorite time of year. There we go. Got another one. Oh, that's a yellow bass. A big yellow bass. Oh, he got off. Okay, apparently I need to set my drag because they'll pull loose. There we go. I missed him, he came back. Decent one. This guy choked it though. It's actually in his mouth. Think he wanted it? That's how you want him to eat it. Okay, so seen plenty of those white bass and yellow bass around, so I'm gonna see if I can get a bunch more of those. I wasn't planning on picking up any of those perch. I didn't think they'd be eating right now, but apparently they were. And these white bass are just aggressive this time of year, so I'd rather have more fun catching fish. Plus, I kind of want to try and pickle some of these things, I think. Yep, still out here. Things are like little sharks. That's what makes them fun. You almost caused me a freaking jerkbait to the face. Alright, so I'm going to give you guys a quick little lake white bass fishing tip. In the spring or early summer, look for sandy, rocky bottoms next to weeds. Any old weeds or new weeds coming in. Those sandy, rocky bottoms is where they spawn. Usually it's on a wind-blown point, but you can do this pretty much anywhere in a lake. So if there's got white bass in it, sandy, rocky bottom next to weeds. Oh, these guys are shaking the hook way too easy. There you go. That feels like a good one. God, I could imagine fighting one of these if they were like 4 pounds. Oh, I could have netted that guy. He was so tired he didn't even barely swim away. Whew. Still fun. I feel like I stoned this guy. What happened here? He was wrapped, that's why. Ah! There's one. There's a good one. Oh, that's why. A big yellow bass, I think. No, it's a white bass. Okay, white bass tip for the lakes number 2. As the day goes on, they will push off the flats and then hang out usually by the nearest steep break line. Oh! That fish broke off my bait because I forgot to retie. Oh, that'll teach me. I should always remember to retie if you catch a bunch of fish. I'm using 6-pound test, so with 6-pound test it should be fairly robust. But what happens is after smacking them a bunch of times with the jerk bait, you end up with little nicks in your line. All it takes is them shaking it just right, getting hung up just right. Well, that fish has a face full of jerk bait right now, so I'm hoping I see him come to the surface and then I can just net him. Otherwise, I'm going to retie right now because I want to catch more fish. Yep, there's schools of them out here. Even more so than where they were in the flats. And that is why you always have a backup. Not much better than schooling white bass. I don't know how many fishing tips I'm going to throw in this one, but I'm just going to try to make this as useful as possible so you guys can go out and get your own white bass. There's plenty of them to go around. Keep as many as you want. There's no limit in Wisconsin. But this is a good one. This is my Matsu. I'll put this in the description below so you guys can use the same thing. This gold flash works really good. But one thing I was going to say is the biggest tip is I buy these in sets of 4 or 6 when I do. And I'll put, like I said, I'll link it in the description for you guys. So if you guys get them, get at least 2. But I would suggest 4 or 6. Because if you fish them properly, you're going to break off eventually, and it'll be really upsetting when you're on a bunch of fish and you don't have any more. So that's a good tip for you guys to remember. Another white bass tip I want to give you guys is if you can stay by the school you get activated, you can basically turn them on to the point where they just act stupid. Like they don't know what they're doing. They're just instinctively attacking anything that goes in front of them. Get a couple people casting together and yeah, you'll have a blast. I just got to find this school I was on and we'll be right back to it. Probably be the next cast or so. Because I'm not too far away from them. It's not that windy out yet. Just a little guy. Ooh, big enough to clean. I think I finally stuck a good one. Yeah, it's a better one. That's what I'm looking for. Another good one. Gonna be sore after today. By the boat. Block that one with the rod. I have to call it earlier than I wanted to today because of the wind. I don't even know if you guys can hear me. That feels like a good one. It's got a whole school with it. Staying down. Right next to the boat. This little guy's got some horsepower. Found one. Found the school anyways. Okay, I just want 3 more. That'll make it 20. That's all I want to clean. I'm going to call it a day after that. Paying attention, this guy slammed it. No. Alright, next ones I'm netting so I can be done with these guys. Let's see if we can land this one. Upside is there was a bunch more with them. So if I can do this quickly. that a bass? It's a white bass. It's a big white bass. Come here. Barely hooked too. That's what I'm looking for. Alright guys, so I didn't get my last one. I was looking for a 20 even thing. And yeah, my OCD is gonna go nuts, but I'm still gonna go clean fish and I'm still gonna enjoy them. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope it wasn't too windy today. It's starting to get worse now. It's supposed to storm, so I'm gonna get off the water here so I don't get in trouble. Because you guys know, if you've been around, I get in trouble a lot when I'm on the water and there's storms coming because the fish start biting. But you need to get off the water when it's gonna storm. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Obviously, if you're not new here, you know what's up. But if you are new, can you please just remember to